Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Fail's YouTube channel, where I normally put up videos involving the top clips, bloopers, glitches, and just general fucked up shenanigans that happen during the week. However, by special request, for information on my build that I'm using in Assassin's Creed Valhalla from Ubisoft, I am doing this video specifically to go into detail and explanation of what I'm using and why. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now, before we get into the inventory stuff, let's go over the skills quick. When I started using this build, I had half of the wolf tree filled, as well as 100% of the raven and 100% of the bear. There's a lot of background bonuses you get from that are very crucial. At this point, I am now sitting at +2 mastery for bear, wolf, and raven. So, regardless of what your skills are, if you've got either all of raven or all of bear filled, chances are it's going to do just as well for you, and it will help you to grow in the game a lot faster and overcome some fairly heavy obstacles. Within the inventory, what you will want to do for this build is you need to hunt down the full Mentors set, all 5 pieces of gear from around the map, find them, get them, upgrade them to the max. The Mentors set, every critical hit you make will increase your overall attack power, which in turn, as critical damage is increased based on your attack, that will get boosted as well. Your speed will increase. And those two aspects are very critical because as you are fighting, you're going to be increasing your base attack and your attack speed in its wonderful little stacks. On the cloak, I am running armor runes. Okay, very simple, very blatant. Use the highest level runes that you have for this. On the chest piece, very important rune. The increased speed when surrounded by 2 or more enemies. That in itself is a critical rune to have in the build, and that is the Brigadine rune. Because that way, when you are getting surrounded by enemies, your attack speed goes up ever so nice. As well, I added in a couple of evasion on it, just to make it a little bit better. On my mask, I am running all 100% ranged resistance. 1.5 doesn't seem like a lot, but it does seem to make a decent difference. And I found I'm using a lot less of my rations when I'm in close quarter combat and I miss the dodge. Ooh, we have one we can swap in. Let's swap in this safeguard rune right there because we can. And yes, you want full safeguard runes, the highest ratings that you have. Alright, that will... if you end up missing a dodge on the ranged, very important. On my bracer, I am running full melee resistance all the way down the board. And again, using the highest level ones you have. For which rune that is, those are the shield rune. And I don't have very many normal ones, let alone greater, so still a little bit on the low side. On the boots, I am running heavy resistance. The bulwark runes through and through. These bulwark runes might not seem like a lot, only 2.7 each, but I have noticed a significant difference when my camera's not spun the right direction and someone gets a heavy attack on me. I notice I take a lot less damage. The bow that I'm using, I don't think it's that crucial or critical. And especially with the runes I have on it, but I'm using Petra's Arc. So that when I'm doing sharpshooting at range, if I get a critical, damn rights, it does some serious damage. And using a Predator bow, it's easy to go for those headshots at that long range. Now, for what you've all been waiting for, the 2 spears. The first one, if you're looking properly, is Fafnir's Fang. And its base ability increases your critical chance when you are surrounded by 3 or more enemies. So again, you run into a cluster of enemies, you have a much better chance of landing those critical hits. As well, running the wonderful rune, let me just find you the name of it here. There we go. Critical Spark Rune, which on any critical hit, your weapons will ignite into flames. So now you are adding fire dot damage to your attacks, and it doesn't ignite just one, it ignites both weapons. Additionally handy because you build up that fire on them, you're already attacking extremely fast, really high crit chance when you have more than 3 enemies around you, and it works quite nicely at that. In the offhand, we are running increasing speed after every single hit up to 10 times. That is amazing. Doesn't matter if you're on 1 enemy or 20 enemies. Every hit you do up to for the first 10 hits will increase your overall attack speed. Now your attacks are going off lightning fast, which more chance to land those criticals, more chance to ignite your weapons, more chances to do massive damage, which brings me to this lovely little rune right here, where your critical damage after each hit up to 10 times is increased. And for those playing the home game, that is the Chained Perfection rune. And again, being my critical damage weapon booster, I have socketed in. Which rune is this exactly? Let us scroll down the list and we shall find out. Those critical damage runes, we are... Where are they? There we go. Rune of Perfection, which you do want on there to boost that critical damage. Overall, on this, you end up with a wonderful balance of defense, agility, and evasion. So your dodges are much more effective. And you are able to wind up to do massive amounts of damage. Even if you're hitting their shield, it still builds the damage. If you are only 1 tree in, 1 skill tree in, and you're going to do this build, it is crucial that you have heavy dual wield to allow you to take this 2-handed weapon and dual wield it. That is necessary. Must have, needed in there. No question about it. That is a huge part of what makes this build work. And that is a complete walkthrough of every item that I am using for my epic build. And as a quick demonstration for you, that is not maybe the best. But we have a Goliath here. And down he goes. I was not able to count how many hits went in there. But I just did that entire fight without using abilities, without using heavies, without using lunge attacks. All of the above. That was pure light attack damage. Let's see if we can find just a few more individuals hiding around the corner here. I'm really hoping there are some. Yes, yes there are. There are plenty of enemies here.
Wait!
And we have a Goliath. Let's assassinate him just because he's a bastard.
Just die!
Yeah, that guy hits hard. And because you are using light hits, your light hits will always be building your stamina. So you have the stamina to do the dodge, do the weave, get yourself into position. And even with this Hellraiser who just lit me on fire, and he went down, I could not count the strikes. I honestly couldn't. And even there, took the hell of a hit. Critical hits, for some reason, are still healing me. No idea why. I just accept it. It is a thing of beauty, and we love it. And if you could count those strikes that happened in there, you have a far keener eye than I do. So there you have it, folks. That is the spear build that I'm using in Valhalla. Keep in mind, I have not actually finished the game yet. There may be new spears that I come across that may get worked in or not. Not sure. If there are, there will be an update video. In the meantime, I am Failhat. Thank you for tuning in. You can catch me Tuesday to Friday, 0900 Mountain Standard Time, as I trip over my words. Come join in the shenanigans, or if you have any questions, or if you just want to be a good soul who supports cancer research. The stream that I do is a year-round. Every stream I do is year-round for the Cure Cancer Foundation, which is a global initiative that raises money to fund cancer research grants, all types. Channel link will be in the description below. Feel free to stop by and say hi. Love you guys to pieces, and remember, stay healthy, stay safe, stay awesome.